So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open with the Firefox, and here I'll be running Google Antigravity query. And if you check the official site, you will notice that they do have instance for Windows, then Linux is there. As you can see, it has auto detected our system already. If I click on it, it will show me 3 options: Mac, Windows and Linux. So in case of Linux, it will expect you to update your repository, right? So you may have to open your terminal, right? And here it is already telling you to use sudo, so it will ask you for the password as well. So just copy this particular command. So once copied, you can come back to, let me just put it aside and have our terminal here, right? So let me paste the command, right, and hit enter. Now I have to enter my password, right? So once we add this particular repository, next would be to updating the repository with sudo apt update, and then it will include that particular anti-gravity repository, right? Then I can execute this particular command on sudo apt install anti-gravity, right? So we already managed to upgrade any existing package we were supposed to. Now let me paste the command, which is apt install anti-gravity. So it will take like 700 MB or so, pretty large download, right? So let me put this aside. Okay, we already used sudo on the same terminal tab, so I don't have to repeatedly enter that, right? And as you can see, this is for Ubuntu Linux, but if you are running any other virtual machine or even on your Linux setup, you may find instructions specific to these distributions. So Red Hat, Fedora would use repository setup like this. Okay, you have to update that repository and then go for clear packaging, and then part use dnf command to install, right? Once installed, I can see that we already have our package installed. Now I can click on this and notice anti-gravity here. Let me hide the terminal. Now you notice this is like VS Code, except the part that you have to set up your Google account with anti-gravity. And we'll start with next. You can see I can start fresh. I don't have to pick up from the VS Code. I can pick between the themes. And okay, now if you are running this as an administrator and let's say sharing this operating system with other users, they have to configure their own instance of anti-gravity as well, right? So here you can see how do you want to use the agent: secure mode, review driven, agent driven. So in agent driven, you can see execution policy will be always proceed for everything like review, JavaScript execution, terminal. Review driven would be it will expect you to manually check for certain commands so that you won't be creating an issue, right? For finally, in case of custom, you can choose between what to allow in execution. So in my context, I will go with review driven, right? So other users can choose their own, right? So here we will go with defaults for editor. Now this particular part, you can see sign in with Google. I can hit enter and it will be opening in this particular, right? Now this is one of the accounts I am using with. I have to sign in right? So it will come with that prompt, and once we are done, it will say that you have successfully authenticated. So I can say always allow or just open the link, right? So as we already have our instance open, I can minimize this, and here you see I have to allow user to Google to accept the interaction, so it will collect some of the data while I'm running the anti-gravity instance. Now one more thing, you may have to update on regular basis, considering they change the quota and also they make sure to remove certain features. Now if you check on the left hand side, it is installing certain extension to use with anti-gravity. So basically this is a VS Code setup, and just like we use this on everyday basis, but only difference being they have included Gemini agent on the right hand side, right? So this will have a prompt, and as you can see the default models start from Gemini 3 like Pro, Flash and so, right? So let me dismiss this first, and here you can see I can select the model and dismiss this again, and then you can see there are two modes, one being planning and one being fast. If you check with planning, it will go into the loop every now and then, right? So use the fast for certain operations which you can do quickly, right? Now in case of models, you can see Gemini 3 models, Flash, Pro, then you have Claude, Sonnet 4.5, Opus and GPT. So I'm ignoring GPT and Gemini 3 on planning mode. Instead I will go with Claude Opus 4.5 or Sonnet. So either one of those should work, right? Now few more things to look at. You have settings at the right side of the IDE, and you can see you can set some settings for agent as well as tab. So auto completion, then tab speed, import, jumps, those are listed here. Also for agent, the list of services that you can access for our auto execution. You can see request review policy, which we were setting up at the start during the installation time, so that was visible here, right? You can also customize certain rules and workflows. So currently we don't have anything, so there is nothing to set up for me, right? One more thing, there is also you have to check for command palette. So this is similar to your VS Code, except Gemini based and anti-gravity based commands are listed here, like check for updates, new rule, workflow and so on. Then there is terminal options, then you can run certain operation with run, debug and so on. Now in case of view and terminal, this will be same as your VS Code, so a lot of similarity with the VS Code. You can also access their same extension server and use those extension along with anti-gravity, so you are not away from those options here, right? One more thing is the preference and anti-gravity settings. So this is important. You can choose the mode again for secure, then review policy, then terminal options that we discussed earlier. So this is where you set it up. Then you have browser. Now browser you have to set up considering if you want to run certain programs that will use browser output, which requires feedback to your model within anti-gravity. You can set your browser in that context. Then you have a editor notification, you can keep it on default. Then you have certain settings like suggestions in editor, tab speed, highlight, tab to import and so on, right? Can basically start with one of the workspace. So I will just move from VS Code to Antigravity. Right, so here as you can see I have Solana wallet viewer. This is the white React project, and which was basically a project to view your wallet content, right? How much balance is there and other metadata. You can see it has closed certain areas, so you can relaunch or ignore. Just say don't send, so you don't have to worry about those pesky errors. So the same setup goes from Windows to Linux, right? You can also migrate from VS Code or take this workflow to VS Code. That should work like normal. At the top you will also have layouts. So this particular on the right side, there's chat prompt. You can hide it. You can also toggle the panel with the terminal on the bottom. Primary side, you can see you can always hide that, right? So we have primary side, then bottom, and our chat along with search option in this particular project. And this was for my account, right? So I can access those settings as well. Right now here is your browser setup, right? Click on the top that has Google sign, right? Here we don't have Chrome installed. That was one of the error that got detected few minutes earlier, and it was supposed to be resolved by installing Chrome, right? So I have to manually go to Firefox. Here you can see we have Chrome to set up. So once Chrome is installed, another instance will be dedicated to your operating system and one instance for Antigravity. So you have to set that up. So I downloaded one of the .dev setup, and if I go back to the downloads, here you see Chrome is there. I can install this through GDB installer. I will simply run this, and let me close this. Right now here you can see if certain components are not running, it will take its time. Now click on install package, then you will have to enter your password. Right now this will install, and after that let me close one browser instance and save my RAM. Okay, it will also check certain packages which it will fetch from the repository. And once everything set up, we can see that it is ready to be closed, right? So you can check terminal here. Just click on wait. You can also see automatically close after the changes have been applied, right? Package is already installed. I can close. Now you can see reinstall and remove. That means we have package installed. I can go to Ubuntu icon and click on Google Chrome. Here you can see make Chrome default browser was one of the message. Okay, so you can make Chrome as default browser and click OK. Right, so don't sign in is the part. Okay, now we have Chrome installed. I can go ahead and click on open browser as one of the message. So here in the browser onboarding for Antigravity, I can install the extension, and I will just select add to Chrome. Have to add the extension. You will notice that there is no close button, so this will be triggered from your, okay, as you can see Antigravity browser. So this is the extension setup. I can close this. So close the button is moved to the left. Now I can go back and click on open browser for preview, and we already have onboarding. You can do get started. So we have everything already set up, right? Onboarding will keep on asking for extension, right? So we have set up anti-gravity for this virtual machine instance on a server, so you are ready to use through your Linux virtual machine.